Imagine for a moment that your mind is a ship, navigating through the stormy seas of life. Waves of anger, fear, and sadness crash against you, pulling you off course. But what if I told you that you could be the captain who controls that ship no matter how wild the storm becomes? What if you could stand firm, with complete mastery over your emotions? This is not some fantasy. The ancient Stoics held the keys to mastering emotions, and today, their wisdom remains as powerful as ever. In this video, we'll break down the Stoic secrets to emotional mastery, practical, timeless principles that you can start applying right now. This isn't about running from emotions or burying them. It's about learning to rise above them, turning emotional chaos into clarity, strength, and peace of mind. Let's uncover the ancient Stoic tools to help you steer the ship of your mind. 1. Change your perception, change your reality. The first step toward mastering your emotions is understanding that events themselves don't cause emotions. Our interpretations of those events do. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let's break this down with a real-world example. Think about a time when someone insulted you. Maybe they questioned your intelligence or mocked something personal. Your initial reaction might have been anger or hurt. But stop and ask yourself, was it their words that caused your emotional response? Or was it your judgment about their words? The Stoics teach that external events are neutral. It's only when we assign them meaning that we generate emotions. Imagine if you reframed that insult as an opportunity for growth, a chance to strengthen your emotional resilience. You could choose to see the insult as irrelevant, recognizing that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. The power lies in your perception, not the event itself. Change how you interpret life's challenges, and you'll change how you respond emotionally. Another example. Imagine being stuck in traffic, a situation many of us experience daily. Frustration mounts, the minutes tick by, and we get angry. But think about this. The traffic itself isn't making you mad. It's your perception that this delay is a problem. What if, instead of frustration, you saw this as an unexpected moment of peace? A chance to listen to your favorite podcast or reflect on your day? With this shift in perception, what once caused anger can now be a source of calm. 2. The art of emotional detachment. Observe, don't react. One of the most effective Stoic techniques for emotional mastery is learning how to detach from your emotions to become an observer rather than a reactor. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, emphasized that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This quote encapsulates the core of emotional detachment. Imagine you're in the middle of an intense argument with someone. Your heart's racing, your voice is rising, and emotions are taking control. Most people react impulsively in these moments, saying things they later regret. But the Stoics teach us to pause, to create space between stimulus and response. Picture yourself stepping back from the situation, almost as if you're observing it from above. Imagine yourself as a neutral observer, watching the scene unfold without being emotionally involved. What do you see? You'll notice that most arguments are filled with misunderstandings, assumptions, and ego battles. By detaching, you give yourself the mental clarity to choose a more thoughtful, effective response, rather than allowing emotions to dictate your actions. Detachment doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or becoming cold. It means understanding that your emotions are separate from you. They are visitors passing through your mind, not permanent residents. Next time you feel a wave of anger or sadness coming, try to detach and observe it. Say to yourself, this is just an emotion. It's not who I am. This simple act of detachment helps you regain control. 3. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Stoicism is built on a fundamental principle, the understanding that we only have control over two things in life: our actions, and our thoughts. Everything else is beyond our control. And yet, we spend so much of our energy worrying about things we can't change. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, warned, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about how often you worry about the opinions of others, about future outcomes, or about past mistakes. Maybe you're anxious about a job interview, fearing you won't perform well, or wondering if the interviewer will like you. But if you focus on those external outcomes, which are beyond your control, you're setting yourself up for stress and emotional turmoil. Instead, focus on what you can control: your preparation, your mindset, and how you present yourself. By zeroing in on your actions and letting go of what's outside your influence, you can dramatically reduce your emotional stress. Consider the example of athletes. They train for months or years for a competition, yet the outcome isn't guaranteed. A Stoic athlete wouldn't waste energy worrying about whether they'll win or lose. That's out of their hands. What they focus on is their training, their effort, their strategy, everything within their control. By mastering this mindset, they can approach the competition with calm confidence, knowing they've done all they can. This approach to life frees you from the emotional roller coaster of worrying about uncontrollable outcomes. When you focus on your actions and release the rest, you unlock emotional freedom. 4. Practice negative visualization and prepare for life's challenges. One of the most counterintuitive yet powerful Stoic practices is negative visualization, deliberately imagining worst-case scenarios to prepare yourself mentally for life's challenges. At first glance, this might seem like a pessimistic outlook, but the Stoics used it as a tool for emotional resilience. Imagine you're preparing for a crucial business presentation. You've practiced for hours, but you're still plagued with anxiety about things going wrong. What if the projector breaks? What if you forget your lines? Instead of allowing these fears to overwhelm you, Stoicism encourages you to lean into them through negative visualization. Close your eyes and imagine the worst-case scenario. Maybe the projector does fail, and maybe you do forget a point. Now, visualize yourself handling those situations calmly and confidently. You acknowledge that things can go wrong, but you also realize that you're capable of adapting. When you mentally prepare for adversity, you're less likely to be blindsided by it. This practice also helps reduce the emotional shock when bad things happen. By regularly contemplating setbacks, like losing a job, facing a breakup, or dealing with failure, you're strengthening your mental resilience. You'll find that when adversity strikes, it doesn't hit as hard because you've already prepared for it. 5. Build emotional strength. Through gratitude and shift your focus to what you have. Gratitude is often overlooked, but it's one of the most effective tools for emotional mastery. Marcus Aurelius said, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and see yourself running with them." The Stoics understood that by focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we can transform our emotional state. Imagine you're upset because you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for. It's easy to spiral into feelings of frustration, self-doubt, or anger. But what if instead, you shifted your focus to the things you do have? A job that provides stability, skills you've developed, or relationships that support you. By cultivating gratitude, you start to see life from a perspective of abundance rather than scarcity. This practice can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. Maybe it's your health, a supportive friend, or the simple pleasure of a warm cup of coffee. When you focus on these things, you invite positive emotions to take the place of negative ones. Gratitude rewires your brain to look for the good in life, even during tough times. And the more you practice it, the more resilient you become in the face of challenges. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean eliminating them. It means learning how to manage them effectively, turning them into sources of strength rather than weakness. The Stoics have given us a roadmap to emotional mastery that's as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. By changing your perception, practicing detachment, focusing on what you can control, visualizing setbacks, and embracing gratitude, you can take control of your emotional landscape. So, the next time your emotions threaten to overwhelm you, remember that the power lies within you. You are not your emotions. You are the master of them. Apply these Stoic secrets, and you'll discover a new level of strength, clarity, and peace.